But if we're going to be tripling our population within a few years, why can't it be us with the nice homes, the nice residential areas, and everything that would come along with that versus them putting the industrial wasteland out on the west side? So I would appreciate it if y'all could please support this. This entire area is in my district, and of the proposition, it looks like it may go over into the 6th a little bit there, but it's only a matter of time before it's the 6th, and they're going to eat away. And when they fill that up, you can bet that at that point they'll start going for other unincorporated areas to finish it there, because that property, the value of industrial property in this area now, it outweighs even the expensive homes and stuff on the islands at this point. So they'll continue to try to go and eat up all of Chatham County. So thank y'all if y'all can support this.
Commissioner Milton.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My question is to Mr. Hart. You said that the city didn't make a decision or have any action on this previously in April?
That's my understanding. It was on the agenda. Apparently, it either got removed or they didn't vote on it. I really don't know there. I know it disappeared and then reappeared last Thursday.
I think there was some discussion at council meeting based on the letter that I sent over initially, but there was no vote.
So what does that do? That doesn't kill it?
That killed it then, but now it's coming back.
It's back on the agenda.
Yeah.
And our issue, we're not opposing, we want to make sure that any annexations that occur logically. We've got a lot of pockets of annexations now where you got a hodgepodge of unincorporated city Savannah, city Pooler throughout the west side. And we want to make sure that it's logical, because sometimes for our first responders, for citizens, it's really unclear as to what jurisdiction they're in. And we want to make sure it's done logically.
Yeah, and I'm looking at how scattered this is and how far out it is and how the city's going to be able to serve these people. And then we're looking at, now we're having to redo the redistricting maps that we just had done in January.
Yes, ma'am.
The judges ordered for them to be redone by December 8th. So, I mean, this is very conflicting, and I've had my residents, several of them, to call to tell me, no, they don't want to do this. So we need to, I think that we're all on one page to feel as though this includes me, Kicklighter, ADOT. I think we're all in agreement that we need to oppose this.
Okay.
And let me say now, in between the April meeting and now I've met with the, trying to make sure I get the name right, isn't it West Chatham Coalition, as well as with the Bloomingdale Alliance of folks, okay? And they wanted to make sure in the meeting that they invited me to come out to listen to them, Scottsdale, they wanted to make sure that I understood that this is not being driven by residents, right? This is a company, and the company is in the letter somewhere. I don't want to scan through all that paperwork, but it's a LLC company, right?
Yes, sir.
That's sparking this request, not the citizens, all right? The citizens out there are not in favor of this. They want to make sure, in the meetings that I attend with them, they want me to make sure that I express their interest, because they reminded me that, Mr. Chairman, you are the #1 who represents all of us, all right? And so we know we've got Commissioner Milton, Commissioner Whiteley, Commissioner Kicklighter as our district representative, but you represent the whole county, so we wanted to make sure that you know what our projections were. And so I said to them, the best way for me to make sure and you to make sure that I'll send it to me in writing. So they sent me those emails, and I made sure that I copied the attorney and the county manager and those on the emails coming from Ms. Beaver and coming from Ms. Wilson, all right? And so I'm saying to us again, to be put in this position, all right, again, that we authorized the attorney to make sure, since we had 5 days, and that's why we had to do it today, all right? I apologize, at first we said, let's do it Monday or Tuesday, but then after talking to the attorneys and the others who have the expertise, we boiled it down to the day, and let's get it done today, all right? So that he has time to file the proper objection, because it just so happens that I've been trained by the state of Georgia to serve on the community affairs. I'm one of the arbitrators for annexation, all right? And so I've had 2 counties and 2 cities where I had to go to arbitration. One we did on Zoom, one we had to do in person, all right? And what this does is exactly what the law says it cannot do. It creates islands, all right? And those islands are where our strength of objections are. The one that in Scottsdale Park, where that would become an island, and then up above it, where Cypress Creek is, those will become islands, and the state law strictly says you cannot create islands. One Commissioner Summer.
And Mr. Chairman, do we need to vote today to
Yes.
give authorization to?
First thing we need to vote on, we need a motion and a second, and vote on, is to have the attorney file our letter of objection.
I
So
would like to make a motion to do that, please.
So moved, or second, whatever.
Okay?
Thank you.
Properly motion and second that we sent our letter of objection in opposition to this request. Are you ready for the question? Please signify by voting. Yeah, you're hitting the wrong one. Okay. Now we got it. I told you it was a gremlin running around in here. Halloween.
And now at this
All right,
point,
now,
with your
right.
permission, I'd like to make a motion that we authorize the chairman to send an official notice on future annexations of whether or not the county approves of the request or not.
Second.
Been properly motion and second that the chairman be given the authority to act on behalf of the commission. Are you ready for the question? Please cast your votes. All right. Now, let me say this too now. Even though in this instance, I'm going to be acting as the person in charge, we still need to set up, Mr. Manager, we need to set up that meeting with our legislative delegation, all right? And I need for you all now, as soon as they get those dates and stuff cleared with the dean from the delegation, I need you to do everything you can to be here to talk to them, all right?
Can I say one thing?
Yes, sir.
Can the county attorney explain for the public that I assume this is on television today?
Yes.
Can you explain what we just did, what that means? Because I know that that didn't just stop this from happening.
Right.
Because we don't have that power, but what step did this take?
Well, he could come back and say, well, what can we do to make this annexation go forward? You know, obvious answer to that is don't have an island. But probably what we will see will be what the chairman alluded to, is there'll probably be a dispute made when we send this letter in, and it'll probably fall under service delivery statute. And then there will be a mediation where everyone airs their positions, and we see if there can be a compromise dispute or resolution or withdrawal or consent by the county, say. And if not, then you'll end up in Superior Court.
Okay, so we basically have better oversight now than I thought, so that's good then.
Yeah.
Well, you got an extra step in there.
Yeah,
You know,
good.
100% method is still a 100% method.
Commissioner Farrell?
You mentioned the service delivery strategy. It's my understanding that we're due for another negotiation on service delivery with the city of Savannah regarding water and sewer. Could you give me an update or give the commission an update on where
Yeah,
we
we'll-
are and timing and what have you?
We'll get that to you, but we made a change to the service delivery strategy based on fire protection here recently. So I don't think we're up for a major review, but we have been tweaking it. So we'll get you an update on that.
Specifically, the 50-year agreement with the rates of water and sewer to the unincorporated residents that are being served by the city of Savannah
Yes, sir.
Enterprise Zone, which does water and sewer.
That agreement is about to expire, and we're going to enter into negotiations with the city to renew that agreement.
When does it expire? Do we have a date?
I don't have that off the top of my head. I'll get you a status on that and update the full board.
Yeah, just want to let everybody know that for some reason, the unincorporated residents pay 50% premium for the exact same service of water and sewer.
There is some promise there. I think that
That's an issue to me.
the John maybe can kind of elaborate on that a little bit, but there is litigation out there that looks like it's going to be in our favor. So
Yeah, we're not involved in the litigation, but there's a case up in one of the counties up in, around Atlanta, I can't remember which one, was challenged about the disparity in rates between municipal rates and whatever. It went to the Court of Appeals, and the Court of Appeals found the disparity not permissible. That has been appealed to the Supreme Court. There hasn't been a decision on that, and yet we're watching the case pretty close.
Thank you.
Let's make sure now, we have to stay on task about what this meeting is about, okay? I don't want us to drift off, okay? Now, is there anything else about the annexation that we need to cover this morning? All right, hearing none, seeing none, may I have a motion for adjournment? Is there a
Second.
Properly motion and second, please cast your votes. And thank you all for taking time out your busy schedule to get here. This is a work in yeah, we did both. And this is a work in progress. It doesn't stop today.